Hey Mimi, remember in our last video we talked about the importance of forgiving others? Well, I feel like another part of forgiveness is knowing the importance of forgiving ourselves. So what do you think about that?
I love that. I definitely agree. I feel like it is so important to forgive ourselves because I know there are times where I've been so hard on myself that I just wouldn't let something that I did go. And it's like, but God has already forgiven me for it, so why should I hold on to it? And it's like holding on to it doesn't get you anywhere. It just leaves like a burden that could have been like left off already. So I feel like it's important to forgive yourself because God has already forgiven you. What do you think?
I love that. You're right. It's a burden that we don't want to take on because in doing so, by carrying that burden, it also leaves access for the enemy, right? To want to get us bound by guilt and shame and a whole bunch of things that God never intended for us in the first place because He knew us before He formed us. And so He knew what our lives were going to entail, the highs and the lows, the good, bad, the ugly, the indifferent. He knew all of that. He knew the decisions that we would make and the sins and the trespasses, which is why He gave His only begotten Son, right? To pay the ultimate price, to make that ultimate sacrifice for us, for our sin debt. And so knowing that, and that's what we need. We need to know that, not just read it or sing a song about it, but realize that there's nothing we could ever do to earn or deserve that forgiveness, but we have it, access to it. God's already given it to us. So we have to show ourselves forgiveness because when we don't, it's kind of like a pride thing. And and that's what we're not here for, because what we're actually saying when we don't forgive ourselves is that what we think and how we want to hold on to it and not let it go weighs higher than God's forgiveness and for all that He has set in place for us to be reconciled back to Him, to be able to have that relationship with Him and be on the receiving end of all that He is. Absolutely not, right? And so it's very important that we realize that we have to forgive ourselves, and it's another way that we honor God because we know that He has already forgiven us, like you said.
Absolutely agree. I love that. Just know that it is so important to forgive yourselves because God has already forgiven you. And just like our shirts say, not perfect, just forgiven. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye.